A steamed rice cake that's super easy to make and even easier to gobble up. To make puto, we're first going to mix together all the dry ingredients. In a mixing bowl, start by adding in half a cup of all-purpose flour, half a cup of rice flour, half a cup of sugar, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. Using a whisk, thoroughly mix everything together. Afterwards, it's time to add all the wet ingredients. Go ahead and pour in 3/4 cup of milk, 1/4 cup of buttermilk, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then add in 1 egg white. This was totally not planned, but our egg ended up being twins, although it made it a little harder to separate the egg white. Then just whisk all your ingredients together until everything is fully incorporated.
At this point, you'll want to prepare your steamer tray. Take a piece of cheesecloth large enough to cover most of the surface of your steamer tray and place it in. If you're planning to steam multiple stacked trays of puto, this will help prevent water from building up and dripping on them. Next, it's time to start filling your puto molds, or any other small pastry mold. Fill each mold and make sure not to fill them completely to the brim, so that they have room to puff up. You have the option of putting cooking spray into each mold to help them release easier later. We ended up not greasing ours because we found that when we did, our puto looked deflated instead of having a nice rounded top. If you might have any tips or tricks on that, let us know in the comments below. Once you're done, you'll want to prepare the lid for your steamer. Take a cloth and wrap it around your lid like so. And then attach clips at the top to prevent the cloth from falling off. Similar to the purpose of the cheesecloth from earlier, this cloth will prevent the water that builds up in the inside of the lid from dripping on top of your puto as they're steaming. During the time you're making the puto batter, we highly recommend boiling the water for your steamer at the same time, so that it's ready to go by the time you place your puto in. Place the lid on top, and allow it to steam for 14 minutes.
When your puto are done, double check to see if they're fully cooked by sticking a toothpick in a few of them. Otherwise, you may have to steam them for an extra minute or two. Now, all you have to do is release them from their molds. If you greased your molds, it should be fairly easy. If not, you might need to gently release them with a toothpick. But anyways, you're done! Puto can be eaten by itself as a snack or with other Filipino dishes like pancit or dinuguan. These puto turned out super fluffy. It's talagang